Hi, I'm Goddess Siriana, and I'm a professional goddess. I was in the episode Dulce y Picante, and I wish you all a happy and successful New Year 2021.
Hey there, it's Cactus, co-host of Candy Girl Podcast and also a sex worker.
Hi, this is Matt Black. I'm a porn performer. If you want to find me, my Twitter is It's Matt Black.
Hey, all you candy sluts and bubble butts, it's Kit here. I was on the Red Hots episode of the Candy Girl Podcast.
Happy New Year, candy sluts and bubble butts.
2020, though a difficult year, was an exciting one. We had the opportunity to meet so many sex workers.
Including me.
And we released 48 brand new episodes.
I joined the show in January.
And I joined in December.
And we also acquired an amazing team of people who help us out behind the scenes. Big shout out to Kit LaPointe for reaching out to so many of our guests and always bringing enthusiasm and light to everything we do.
However, the show isn't about us. It's always been about sex workers. So for our first episode of 2021, we thought we'd share some of your resolutions looking forward to a better year. The bar's pretty fucking low, though.
Ow, ow! New Year's Eve. Let's do this!
Hi, I'm Goddess Siriana, and I'm a professional goddess. I was in the episode Dulce y Picante, and I wish you all a happy and successful New Year 2021. For this year, I hope that you all get everything you want, and I hope to see more freedom and respect for sex workers and in women in general. Some of my goals for the new year are to continue to grow my skills as a dominant goddess and to grow my sexual wellness store with more clients and to bring more orgasms to the world. Again, Happy New Year 2021.
Hey, all you candy sluts and bubble butts, it's Kit here. I was on the Red Hots episode of the Candy Girl Podcast. I did that episode almost a year ago, and in it I talked about my time being a domestic servant for a dominatrix, as well as helping another dom friend of mine for her medical BDSM workshops. If you haven't checked out that episode yet, please give it a listen, because I think it's pretty cool, pretty fun, I would say so myself. But after that, I started working with Emily and Shelby. I started writing for their websites. I've been dealing with a lot of burnout lately, so I haven't been able to write as much as I would have wanted, but hopefully next year I can start doing that again. In terms of resolutions, like I said, I'm hoping to start working on some more long-term writing projects for the website, so be on the lookout for that. And I'm hoping also when we finally get this vaccine and everything starts getting relatively back to normal, I can maybe go back up to Austin and help out my dom friends again.
Hi, this is Matt Black. I'm a porn performer. If you want to find me, my Twitter is It's Matt Black. I've been doing this for a little over a year now. What I'd like to see from the porn industry in 2021 are different body types becoming more mainstream and accepted within this medium. I've struggled with my body issues and weight for all my life, and it's been really difficult, and only until I started doing sex work have I really started to feel more and more attracted and feeling validated because of my fans and other people and other performers. Even now, I still feel down about my body, and I would encourage anybody who's interested in sex work but feels like they can't do it because of their body to try it anyway, because everybody is beautiful to somebody else. There's no reason why somebody who's heavier or too skinny or whatever you feel about your body, you are attractive to somebody and you should go for it. I give that the matte black seal of approval. It's done wonders for me and I love it. And I'm very grateful to my partner, Holly Beth, for helping me get into this line of work. Some of my personal goals for 2021, I'd like to work on my own podcast, a comedy podcast, completely separate from my sex work, but it's a passion project of mine that I'd like to do and finally launch in the new year. I would really love to work with other performers. I've worked with a few and it's been a lot of fun, mostly with my partner, and I think I'd like to branch out more and become more of a brand myself than just being Holly Beth's partner. I would really love to have more of my own thing and show myself off and what I like to do and what my fetishes are. And lastly, I really want to leave America and move out of here as soon as I can. Thanks. Happy New Year.
Hi, my name is Holly Beth. I've been a porn performer and cam model for about 9 years now, and I focus on femdom and fetish, particularly body hair. You can find more of me on all socials at Little Holly Beth. When I was asked what I'd like to see more of in the adult industry in 2021, I instantly think of more inclusion, and for more clip sites to actively take down and prevent uploads of stolen as well as illegal porn. And on the flip side, what this industry needs to just totally throw away is the racist tropes that exist within porn and our award shows and conventions. As for some of my personal goals and resolutions for the new year, I definitely like to become more organized. I'd like to move abroad. And I'd like to introduce anal into my personal and professional sex life. All of those seem like pretty good goals to me.
Hi, I'm Gemma Stone. I have been in the industry for 3 years now. I have dabbled in a little bit of everything so far, but this year especially, I've been focusing on content creation and a little bit of camming. So what I would like to see more of from the industry in 2021 is more accountability. I really want to see the kind of accountability that makes everyone uncomfortable. You know, like the real accountability, not just like cancel culture and jumping on everyone, and not giving them a chance to actually be accountable, but like actually like being accountable yourself and then also holding each other accountable for things as well. We're all adults, and at the end of the day, whether we own up to that accountability or not, we're still accountable for our actions and those of whom we associate with. And I think that it's time that we stop turning a blind eye to things for the sake of like money or clout or whatever reason people are sliding by with things. Accountability can be really uncomfortable, but it's really important, and without it, we can't grow as a collective or a community. And we need it from everybody, not just from ourselves, but from like companies that we, work with. We need it from everybody. We need to kind of be like united here. That's what I want to see. I'd also like to see more authenticity as well. The kind that just like can't be imitated and it just like shines so brightly that you can't ignore it. I'd love to see more of that. That makes me really happy. My main goal for 2021 for myself is growth. I'd really like to focus on my mindset and being more in alignment with who I really am. About like 10 years ago, I started like my quote-unquote awakening. And this year I've kind of just like been waking up more and more to the remembrance of who I am on like a soul level, and it's been like a wild ride, to say the least. But I would really like to explore more of that and just kind of fully embrace my higher self and have like a little union of mind, body, and soul, if you will. I'd also really like to give up soda. It's so hard to get, like, I'm so addicted to it. Oh my god. So that's my goal for this year, is to focus on growth and being accountable and, you know, just like really coming into alignment with who I am and stop drinking so much soda all the time. Thank you so much for having me. I hope everyone has a great year, because we all know we all really need a fresh start after last year, right?
My name is Felicity Azara. I turned 22 years old on December 29th, 2020. I'm an online sex worker and off-duty professional cuddler. I'm going to be on episode 69 of Candy Girl Pod. I have so many adult industry goals for 2021. Evade COVID-19. Launch my official website. I don't have a set date in January yet. Get on more podcast platforms, because I'm the only one who hosts and edits Pro Cuddle Hustle, which is already on over 10 different platforms, but I know I could always do better. Sell at least 12 things on Scented Pansy. Less than a week ago, I became a verified seller on this very popular used underwear selling platform. But of course, you could also sell other things such as Google Drives, Polaroids. Premiere a new public episode every other Sunday. I didn't have a set schedule for 2020. My goal was just one public episode a month that's at least 30 minutes long, one Patreon exclusive episode that's around 20 minutes. In 2020, I wanted to become a stripper, but that never happened. I never heard back from the sex shops and lingerie boutiques I applied to. So maybe in 2021, I can become a bikini barista, because there are a few drive-through bikini cafes in my area. Maybe get on at least one calendar. This one absolutely terrifies me, but interview at least 2 professional cuddlers and at least 2 different sex workers for my podcast. I would like to send Valentine's Day cards to some swerkers and arrange a secret Santa amongst swerkers, of course, in December. I would like to send some season's greetings cards to fans. I don't have a set amount in my head. My merch store is Redbubble, so I would like to sell at least 5 things on Redbubble. I've had my birth control since summer of 2017. Nexplanon doesn't last over 4 years, so my 2021 goal is to get a new Nexplanon implant, preferably before August. One of my best friends is April Hayes, and I gave her a stage pole last autumn. I would love to dance in public with April on the pole and lollipop lira. I still have the lollipop lira. If a lira hoop and a pole had a baby, you would get a lollipop lira. Here are the very superficial goals, but surpass 700 followers on my main Twitter, surpass 100 followers on my podcast IG, surpass 500 followers on MiniVids, make at least $800 on Live It. Live It is a brand new app to the United States, but live streamers get paid for their time. So my goal is to hit at least 40 hours of streaming within the first 22 days of January. If you want my referral link, please hit me up. I promise you my talent agent is very swerker friendly. At least 50 likes on my podcast Facebook, at least 2 subscribers to my Findom fan centro, at least 1 payout from Sexed Panther, which is a phone sex operating website, surpass $1,000 in total earnings on Just for Fans. Surpass 100 videos on MiniVids. MiniVids is where I sell individual clips. Surpass 400 videos on Stars AVN. I post vertical videos on Stars AVN, so they're all phone recorded, whereas MiniVids is horizontal and recorded mainly with my professional camera. Upload more private content for Patreon. My Patreon is solely for my podcast. I'm cool with pretty much anyone at least 18 subbing to my Patreon, but I should upload more Patreon exclusive content. My YouTube channel is entirely dedicated to my podcast, so I would like to get at least 50 subs there. This is a bit far-fetched, but write a book about professional cuddling? It's unrealistic for me to have the entire book published by the end of the year, but I should at the very least get started on my manuscript. Be educated on cryptocurrency. Since I barely know anything about crypto, I'm not gonna say more. Get a heart-shaped ring light. I saw this really cute one online. It glows pink. It's from Kuwait. In USD, it's about $100, which is a lot cheaper than what you can get in America, so it might be worth it. Become proficient at Audacity. This year, I got a brand new Lenovo Legion laptop, so it uses Audacity for audio editing, and for the life of me, I can't remember the video editing software, but I would like to become proficient at those two. This is also a bit far-fetched, but move in with my boyfriend, because I've never lived with a significant other before. I've never lived without my parents for longer than 9 months. Last, but certainly not least, my friend April recently started working at a new club. I've never been to this club in my life, but I would like to support her at least once in 2021.
Hey there, it's Cactus, co-host of Candy Girl Podcast and also a sex worker. So I wanted to share my New Year's resolutions as well. The first and biggest one, something that's been on my mind for my whole life practically, is education. And every year I want to expand on my education, not only for myself, but sharing education as well. That's actually one of the reasons that I'm on this podcast, is because I want to be able to share information, awareness, where we came from, why we are the way we are, how to move forward, how to understand our bodies, our minds, stuff that I'm super interested in, but I know that would help other people as well, especially in this industry. So one of the things that I really want to accomplish this year within education is I really want to start, if not finish, but we'll see about that, a sex education certification. I really want to understand more about the body, the mind, how sex can be healing, how sex can be traumatic, what our bodies are telling us during sex, how to be consensual, learning all the body parts so that I can properly tell my clients what kind of body parts that they're interested in, like parts of the vulva, the inner labia, the outer labia, all that kind of stuff. I really just want to use my platform to be able to not only help other sex workers, but my clients, my friends, my family, and with better knowledge and education, I can be able to come from a more knowledgeable and wise and aware place, and I can help others and also help myself. So that's a big one. That's the really biggest one that I wanted to do this year. And then a couple other things, just like more social media stuff, is I want to start a YouTube channel. I have the plans. It's already written down. I have lists of all the different types of videos I want to make. I just got to get down and do it. So that's my plan for 2021. I want to be more on TikTok. I want to be more on public spaces, not necessarily as a sex worker selling my content, but more as just a silly, cute person online who sometimes shares information and makes you think, but also gives you quite a lot of laughs and makes you feel good for the day. I have a background in theater and improv, so I'd love to be able to bring that back in. I feel like I've been kind of getting sucked up into who I am as Cactus and the sex worker. And she's a lot more than just sex in her body and sex work. She is a comedian. She's a theater person. She's a great personality. So me. That's me. I also want to create content that I want to see in the world. Not just, being funny and silly, but I'm also a photographer too. So being a photographer, I've also kind of got stuck in who I am, what I need to be shooting. And I was shooting for a lot of companies for a while. So you get kind of sucked up into what they want to see in photography. And I just have lost a lot of motivation and colorfulness and creativity in my photography. So I want to bring that back. I've started to with some double exposures on film, which I'm really excited about. I'm starting a new Instagram page called Femmes and Flowers. So if you're interested in seeing that, I'll be updating that in 2021. And just have more fun with people in different body types and stuff like that. So I have lots more I want to do for creativity. As for personal stuff, I want to be more outside. Although I guess this is kind of sexual because I want to embrace my ecosexual part a little bit more. Rather than just always doing it for content, I want to do it for me. I want to live in sexual bliss, not just sexual, but sensual and mindful bliss. I want to work more in my mindfulness. I want to be more by myself, in nature, out of nature, off my phone, not constantly creating stuff that's going to be content to be sold. I want to create just to create. And I know people are going to love what I create. It's just hard when you have an audience who knows you for what you have done in the past and expects you to do stuff in the future. So there's a bit of hesitation, but I am excited to be embracing more of not just Cactus, but my whole self. And one last thing, I want to advocate more for mental health things and physical health things that I have personal experience with, like vaginismus, PTSD, anxiety. I think those are so important in the sex work industry, especially stuff like vaginismus and PTSD and IBS, because those aren't really talked about a lot. I think a lot of people avoid those conversations because sex workers always get pigeonholed into being people have daddy issues and can't take care of themselves and always want, whatever, we get put in this negative thing. So it's hard for people to talk about PTSD and anxiety and, especially not very cute or sexual physical things like IBS. That's not sexy. Well, you know what? There is a kink out there for that. So, but it's not sexy to me, I think. And it's not my kink. It's not a kink when it's annoying and it hurts your body, at least for me. But I want to be more talkative and start conversations, at least, to get people thinking about their own bodies. And hopefully I can be somebody that'll encourage them to look up and research things and be more aware of what's going on in their bodies and their minds. I also just really wanted to say that I did accomplish a New Year's resolution for 2020, and that was joining Candy Girl Podcast. I really wanted to join a podcast this year, whether creating it or being a part of something or being a guest on something. And thankfully, I was a guest on this podcast, and I just hit it off with Shelby and Emily. They are two wonderful babes. They're so fucking kick-ass, and I love their mission, their goals with Candy Girl, and I'm just so excited to see where we're gonna go in 2021. I'm just so excited to be able to educate and share more of not only my voice but other sex workers' voices as well, and be more of that advocate and person to be able to uplift other people. I appreciate being on this podcast so much. I've achieved so much already this year, and I cannot wait for 2021. Let's do this!